Getting kind of an Earth 2150 vibe off this.
Okay, let me put this into windowed mode for a second. Morning, garbled stuff.
Did you ever play that game on that note?
I don't think so.
It was kind of, it's aged very poorly, but it was like an early 3D RTS with the gimmick that you like build your own units out of modular bits. And that alone made it quite fun. It was like very, you could like deform terrain and do all sorts of like more Civ management feeling stuff while it's still being like a Command and Conquer RTS.
Let's see. So here's the problem. This particular game, once I'm in it, I cannot tab out. So is that it's too zoomed in, or is it there's some blankness on the side?
It was blankness on the side. However, I'm not seeing anything on Twitch now.
Well, you just have to restart it. So now there's literally nothing, you're saying?
Yep, all black.
Okay, let me just give it a few more seconds to make sure it's not just a delay.
I'll double check with Twitch on my phone.
It was 50 years ago. Most of the Earth's population had been killed.
Nope, nothing there either.
Reticuli.
Okay. Well, in that case, as we are doing now for the peskier games that can't play nice with others, display capture it is.
Oh, I noticed all those eyeballs were turned on the various captures. Was it just that there was a more foreground capture that was not made invisible, perhaps?
I don't think so. So now are we good? Well,
now we are back to one corner of the screen.
are we really?
Yep.
Okay, I guess we're gonna have to deal with that because I can't tab out of this, and it's doing that because this is changing resolution, and Streamlabs is not keeping up, so...
Curiously, it's not snapped to the top left corner either.
Weird.
Unless there's just a black border around the cutscene.
Most of the
there is
Although
some
there should be
letterboxing.
black on the left then, too.
Reticulans. In the end, our ancestors were forced into a peace treaty with Reticulans. They saved mankind from extinction, but the price was
Anyway,
high.
since we're
We
just gonna
had
have to
to
deal with
leave
like
the
this for
Our
now,
home planet.
it might be a little bit better when I'm actually
Forever.
in-game. Yeah, the UFO After Whatever series are all designed to be really blatant XCOM clones, which to varying degrees take some liberty with that, but like really wear the influence on their sleeve pretty heavily. Well, like I think they even mentioned the same like name of the base on Mars that the
Some
aliens
of
were
us have
attacking
stayed
from.
in the rebuilt starship.
Oh, that seems
in the Earth's orbit.
surprising they got away with it.
The rest of us were moved to Mars.
So I think this might be one of the slightly later games in the series, but like
With the help of
I don't know.
Reticulans,
There's no
we built a
numbering,
base in
and
one of the craters. We survived with hope that in
the titles
future,
are all incredibly
we will
hard
succeed
to
in transforming
separate.
Mars into our new
I can also
Earth.
say that
If
like this is
influence. Oh, sorry.
I can also say that like this is the first time I've gotten any of these to run on any computer I've ever owned.
Oh,
But
are
you were
they
saying?
notoriously crashy?
Yeah, pretty much. At least for me.
I was going to ask what I'm about to find out anyway, if this is similar to XCOM in premise, or if it's also like the same whole tactics deal.
It is actually a little bit different there.
Oh, yeah.
I don't know why that text is all unreadable, but
Now it's top left justified at least, but it's in like 4x3.
I mean that's just the game, I think. Okay, so some of this text is decided not to play nice today. That was not an issue I had until I was trying to change some resolution issues, but oh well. Such is life. But yeah, this, unlike regular XCOM, does some... Yeah, for some reason all the bold text is, like, unreadable. This does some,
On my way.
semi-real-time stuff. where you...
Relocating.
Oh, this is one of these tutorials, huh? Yeah.
I noticed that I don't seem to have the desktop audio when you're doing like the screen capture. Oh, now I think of it, if you shared desktop audio with me, I'd probably get like my own voice echoed with the setup, wouldn't I?
Okay, so that's... I strike against that for this plan, because, yeah, that's half the reason I'm doing that. Oh, well,
Although I don't know how I got no sound. Not that the sound's very important right now.
So, okay, fortunately, I played through most of this tutorial last night. But yeah, it's like, if none of your troops are doing anything important, it automatically pauses the game, apparently. And then you can just, like, you know, also do that manually, tell people to do whatever you want them to do, and then,
Target identified.
unpause it, which...
Oh, that's not a bad idea.
Relocating.
Yeah, like...
Did you see that RTS from some years ago that never got quite made, that was like built around time travel and tried to like keep multiple timelines coherent and made it so that time didn't have to be evenly distributed on the map and stuff?
No, that sounds interesting, though.
It did look really interesting. As I recall, they never quite found a game. They just had a really cool engine. And then I thought I remember reading something like they tried to like license it off to the military for simulations or something. I don't know if that was just a weird internet rumor, because I sure hope the military doesn't have that kind of technology.
Well, at least I get tooltips over these. That would be an issue. You know, I was testing this last night and it wasn't doing this thing with the weird, like, bold text just becomes a blur.
Engaging.
But like I said, this is an entire series where I've never had good luck getting them to even run. So I'll take what I can get here. And I'm also clearly, like, doing things slightly before this tutorial wants me to do.
One less.
One less what?
Relocating.
Yes, now come over here, it's saying, basically. And time to deal with the weirdly difficult issue of opening doors.
I'm afraid I can't do that.
But yeah, it's semi-real time, mostly riffing on XCOM is the idea. I'm going to at least get through this tutorial, and then I'll probably stop immediately because this menu thing and the screen being all shrunken are not doing anyone any favors. But at this point, it's like... It's an interesting footnote that there was a relatively early 3D effort to do like a fan-made XCOM game, but then there's like the official one now too. So
I'll do my best. Relocating.
Yeah, these doors also automatically close after a certain amount of time, so it's like
on my way.
Yeah, here's
relocating.
Walk over to him. And now I have Asian woman and triangle neck here.
I'm ready.
I can have move together.
On my way.
And they'll try to stay in a little squad. So it's a bit like XCOM 3 now that I think about it mechanically, at least on the map here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, XCOM 3 was the other one that was like experimenting around with like a half
your orders?
Half real-time, half turn-based sort of thing. And it actually worked pretty well.
I hear contacts. On my way.
Camera B less bad.
Ready?
I'm ready. Your orders?
Go. Camera, like...
What's
Okay.
next? Kick ass.
Are there hotkeys for this? That'd be really handy.
Waiting for orders. Relocating. On my way.
Yeah.
What to do now? I'll get him.
Attack thing. So, like, kind of a cumbersome interface, honestly.
Does this game do
I'm
anything? So what do you consider the unique parts of this?
I mean, I haven't really played much of it past
orders?
literally this much of the tutorial last night to see if it would actually run properly for once.
Orders?
Okay, so move to place. Oh.
I'm under fire. I'm ready. Engaging.
Okay, that's it.
Your orders?
Right. Here we go.
But yeah, like at the time, I'm sure it was kind of cool to have this, you know. Oh look, it's a 3D take on XCOM, this old DOS game from like 1990.
Our archaeologists have been attacked by some
wow, that's a
mechanical
portrait.
drones on the excavation site at Cydonia. Seems like the ancient Martians have not left their dwellings unprotected.
We will have to learn how to use weapons, and a few of us will have to become soldiers.
I
so we
don't
can
believe I've
accompany
ever
the
seen someone
scientists.
like with hair like that,
Fortunately,
like
the Reticulans gave us their
bald
laser
on
guns.
top, but then like big
Unfortunately,
anime hair on the
batteries for them is
sides.
scarce as hell. Can we produce some more?
Oh wow.
I'm afraid we are not familiar with this
Oh.
technology.
In that case, we
It's a little
can
Goku.
postpone our research of Mars terraformation and concentrate on laser technologies. On the other hand, it might be easier to browse the database brought from Earth and start production of projectile firearms.
Some of the oldest settlers still keep their guns from mutant wars on Earth. They will surely lend them to our scientists for study.
As soon as we get the blueprints, we'll create a production line and start weapons production.
Okay, so I can make a thing here. Okay, tutorial asking for a lot at once. Also, like, this is not doing anybody any favors. So, okay, yeah, so there's, I believe, a simplified version of XCOM's whole, geoscape thing there, where you can, you know, build your bases and do your research and all that. But that's also being a buggy nightmare tonight. So yeah, that was a little bit of UFO Afterlight. I would at this point in time just play the new XCOM games or the old XCOM games, honestly. It seems to be a little temperamental with modern computers, which is kind of ironic because the series exists because XCOM was being a little temperamental with modern computers.